Hi guys, it's me, Jeannie, the Witch of Boise, and I'm here to do your pick a card reading for the new moon in Taurus. And that is going to be happening on Saturday, April 30th, 2022. Before we begin, make sure you do like this video, hit subscribe, also comment below. Tell me if any of this resonates with you, or just tell me which one you chose. I want to hear about it, so make sure you comment. Also, these are general readings, so if your choice doesn't resonate with you, there's a total of 3 different choices that you can watch all 3 of them, kind of pick which messages resonate with you, but don't try to force something that isn't for you. Also, there are 3 stones that I chose. Actually, I shuffled through one of my decks, the Crystal Reading Cards deck, and which ones that correlated with the Crystal Bible, and this is by Judy Hall. And there is a portion of this book that has all the zodiac signs and stones that are associated with it. So these 3 stones are associated with that Taurus energy that's happening on that new moon. I also want to mention too that if you're watching this and it's past the new moon in Taurus, or if it's a new moon, it's a different zodiac, different date or whatnot, this is a timeless reading. So don't let that mix you up. There's a reason that you were guided here to watch this message. So just keep that in mind. Okay. We have for number 1 is Kyanite Blue. Number 2 is Malachite. And then for number 3 is Selenite. All right, pick a cat, any card. 1, 2, 3. We're going to start with number 1, and that is our Kyanite Blue, and it is about letting go. Now, there were 3 songs that came on during this reading, and the first one was How Are You Doing by the Living Sisters, Lunch Lady Land by Adam Sandler, and Flaming Hottie by Megan Thee Stallion. Now, those songs, they might have additional messages or really can confirm something that is in this reading or a feeling you have, so you can definitely listen to them or read their lyrics. I'm just kind of going to get these cards out. In the Crystal Bible, Kyanite Blue is also about atonement. It's about meditation. It's a meditation stone. It doesn't hold on to negativity, so it doesn't really need to be cleansed. It's about compassion, and it helps you connect with spirit guides. So it's a really powerful stone, and it makes sense of why it was letting go, because it doesn't hold on to any sort of energy, including negative energy. Okay, so for your overall energy that's happening to this new moon, for your new moon in Taurus message is number 23, Opossum. Now, if you also see me looking down this section, I have notes, so that's what I'm looking at. But Opossum is about diversion. This is the use of strategy in situations, and it's relying on your intuition and instincts, and it's almost like expect the unexpected to happen. So already there's this kind of energy that's happening with that opossum and diversion with letting go. So let's see what your tarot cards are. You have the Magician, the 5 of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the 4 of Swords in reverse, the King of Pentacles, and the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So there is a really interesting energy that is happening because there's this like letting go of what's happened or letting go of negativity. Maybe even like you have noticed yourself being a little bit more negative or passive aggressive or just kind of ick. You'll notice that things start to slow down, especially if you're wanting to try to manifest things. But the thing is with this opossum energy and that letting go of that ick, you're going to start to see things manifest pretty freaking quickly. The thing is that you just don't want to get stuck in the past. You want to make sure that you are present and that you see all of your blessings that you have in your life currently. The thing is you don't want to get stuck into a routine of feeling down on yourself. And I think some of you that's kind of really slow down that manifestation. And you just have to really like trust that things are going to be happening and don't get stuck on what has happened. Really be in the present and just be love, essentially. I think for some of you too, there might be like an issue that has to do with either finances, or it can be family matters. There's some contention that's there. And that's because there isn't enough focus on home. It can be either a focus on home, or it can be a focus on no routine. So it's just being too sporadic, too erratic. There's not a stable routine that's happening. So you need to really start getting into that routine, especially in your home. Home is going to be a big issue here. Not an issue, I should say, but a huge thing that you need to be focusing on for this new moon in Taurus. So think about what you're wanting to happen and manifest inside your home, and kind of guide yourself into that and follow that intuition. Then you have dance celebration. So this is just telling me that things are going to start to really change. That manifestation is going to start bringing in these really, really beautiful blessings that are happening. And the thing is that if after you get this message and you're like, okay, well, nothing's happening, well, then it's time to dance and celebrate for what you have. Start to get that higher vibration in order to get this going. Then you have Artemis, guardian. You and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. So don't be shy, and don't be in that routine of, if I step out of something or do something that's out of the norm, or even start a new routine, just know that like you're spiritually protected. So with going back into that family matters, that are the home, that there's something funky that's going on there, and you're trying to actually get a routine going. Just know that like with these different changes that are happening, and that you're trying to get back into something or start a new routine or tradition, just know that you're being guided, and you're being guided and guarded as well. So just relax and just let things unfold the way that they intend to. And then you have 45, part of fortune increase. So there is going to be a definite increase of energies that are happening for you during this time. It just depends on what you're putting out there, because that's what's going to be that increase. So if you're putting out negative energy, guess what's going to be coming back to you in an increase? So you want to make sure that you're getting into that positive mindset. Then you have ancestors, the love and legacy of our DNA. There's something that has to do with family that's a really big thing right now for you. So you need to really focus on that, and your ancestors are trying to get you, to guide you to helping this happen. Then you have ghost, regret. So this can be a part of whatever the situation is that's a little bit unstable. There might be some regret, maybe on your side, maybe on someone else's side. So it's kind of like now the time to put your sword down. You know, you don't have to be butting heads all the time. Kind of talk it out in a sense, and don't regret what has happened in the past, because that wouldn't have brought you to the present. And you'd be surprised if you start to mend different things, how much better it will be in the long run than it was before. And then you have barmbrack, and it is sweetness and synergy. So this is just a really good omen that like things are going to start to get better. You just need to let them happen naturally and let them happen organically. And again, you're going to be seeing some manifestations that are going to be coming to light very, very quickly. All right, and then your last card is the blessings of the Moon Maiden, and that's number 2. And let me grab the book really quick. And that is the Moon Maiden with her lucky hair brings auspicious tidings of prosperity and abundance to you now. The universe seeks to replenish, restore, and create through you. Allow yourself to receive beyond what you have thought is possible by opening your heart with gratitude now. Let the blessings of good fortune, you had your part of fortune, good fortune from the beloved maiden of the moon, Kuan, flow easily into your life now. So things are going to start to change that you might have not thought were possible. Things are changing. So it's just making sure that you have your energy set. And again, it's with that opossum, which is that expect the unexpected. Because I think a lot of you are going to be surprised because of this energy that you've been letting go. All right, guys, that is it for number 1. Make sure you do like this video, hit subscribe, also comment below. Tell me if it resonates with you. We are on to number 2. Number 2, you chose Malachite, and that is healing. Ooh. So in the Crystal Bible, it also says that Malachite is an amplifier of all energies, good and bad. It's a protection stone. It has transformation qualities, and it enhances intuition. Very cool. Now, you had 3 songs that came on during this reading. The first one was Passenger by Deftones. The second one was Quality Time by Starfucker. And then the third one is While My Guitar Gently Weeps by the Beatles. Okay, so let me get your cards out. Okay, so one of the overall energies that are going to be happening for your new moon in Taurus message is the number 29, and that's Badger. And Badger is about aggressiveness. This is quick to express feelings or thoughts without thinking of consequences. This can be gossiping. This is a chip on the shoulder energy, but this is also a message, if that does not apply to you at all, this is also a message about can be too timid to stand up for yourself. So it's like you need to be honing in on that more of aggression energy too. So let's see what the cards, your tarot cards say. You have the Page of Pentacles. You have the 8 of Swords. You have the Fool and the 4 of Pentacles. And then the Emperor. So I'm feeling like because of this healing energy of the Malachite and the Badger energy, that there's a part of you that's stuck, that there's an absolute new beginning that's happening, but it's like you don't feel like you deserve it, or you're kind of stuck because you don't really want to move forward. You might be a little stuck in the past, or you're holding on to grudges. You need to really be the leader in your life and be the person that you want your life to be. Like, you want to be the hero of your story, and you need to really start to lead on that. And I think that this energy that has happened, there might have been a situation or something that happened in 2021 that really kind of started this, or it was something that happened where this like kind of stuckness was. This can be like a breakup. This can be a loss of a job, something like that, where it just really brought you down. And things are getting better, and you're at a point of a new beginning. So it's time to really let go of what has happened, let go of the grudges, and know that you aren't stuck. You aren't stuck in a situation. You can be able to move at any time. All right, and then you got new moon. This is the new moon in Taurus reading, but it's promise. And this also reminds me of new beginnings as well. So there's a promise of getting things better, that you need to make sure that you are getting on that aggressive energy on this new beginning to really lead your life. And for the people that have been leaning or leading more or living more in their feminine, your feminine energy is top notch. It's time to let the masculine side of yourself lead, and let them prove to you that they can be that protector and that leader. And that's the masculine within you. That has nothing to do with partnerships or whatnot. This is totally that masculine energy that lives inside of you, where you just need to let it guide. And with that new moon, it's a promise. It's a promise of new beginnings, which are totally happening for the people that chose that Malachite. Then you have white Tara, and that sensitivity. You are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. So you are in a healing energy with that Malachite, that whatever happened in the past, and you're still sensitive to that. So you need to really be and adjust to that sensitivity. Don't be like, tough it up, you're fine. You know, if you're feeling sensitive to something, and that can be situations, it can be what I just said, situations, relationships, environments, chemicals, things like that. If you're feeling that sensitivity, avoid it for real. And then you have number 21, which is Sagittarius, I see. Things are starting to become a lot clearer for you, and you're starting to see things clearly. And that's going to be like different aspects that are happening. So that can be relationships, that can be friendships, that can be work, that can be just any sort of aspects. Things are starting to look very, very clear because you are on this healing journey, that you are trying to lead your energy. You're trying to lead the life that you want to live. And things start to look very, very clearly of like, you know what? I don't want to do this. I don't want to do the same mistake. And it's starting to really evolve into that new beginning is not just going to be the same cycle over and over again. It's going to be a true new beginning. So that is awesome. All right. And then you have Hearth, which is happiness in hearts and homes. So for me, when I see this, it like reminds me of just like love and just that like warm sensation when you are like with someone that you love. And I think that like you're going to be, that's a feeling that you haven't had in a while. And you haven't, like for some of you, it might be even be like people that are single where it's like, I haven't been in love in a really long time. And I think that you're going to start to see that. This is also something where maybe a relationship has, and this can be a friendship or a romantic relationship, but like rekindled. Like maybe that you guys have drifted apart and now you're kind of back together, or you're starting to like rebuild a relationship, that kind of energy. And it's just going to feel like home. And it's that just that love energy that's happening. So it's a really beautiful energy that is happening for you guys that chose number 2. And a lot of it has to do with that healing, and you've been top notch on it. And I think a lot of that has to do with that badger aggressive energy. And it doesn't mean that like you're pushing and bullying and all of this stuff, but it's just like you're standing up for yourself. And you're not allowing what doesn't work for you in your life. And I think you're going to start to really feel this love energy just go throughout your body and throughout your life and throughout all aspects of your life. So just keep that vibration high. All right, and then we have the Princess. It's number 22, Princess of the Autumn Harvest. There she is. Let me grab that book. Okay, so the Princess of the Autumn Harvest brings gifts of bounty and blessing for efforts and actions of the past. It is a time when the fruit of labors is ripe for the picking. A beautiful blessing is on its way to you now. This may come in the form of a spiritual gift, an opportunity, a windfall of abundance, a significant relationship, or an important friendship, and more. With gratitude in your heart, you will recognize the blessing when it comes to you, and it will serve you perfectly. Be open to receive it, knowing that it has been justly deserved. So that's the thing, is you're going to start to see really good things start to happen for you, and you need to allow it to happen. You deserve it. You deserve it. All right, that is it for number 2. Make sure you do like this video, hit subscribe. Also, comment below. Tell me if it resonated with you. We are on to number 3, and that is Selenite, which is spiritual awakening. Ooh. So in the Crystal Bible, this is also about clarity. It assists in insight and judgment. It stabilizes emotions and it's healing at energetic levels. So really cool energy that's happening with that selenite, with its spiritual awakening. Very cool. All right, so you had 2 songs that came on during this reading. The first song was 2 Weeks by Grizzly Bear. The second one was Juicy by the Notorious B.I.G. And the overall energies that are happening for your new moon in Taurus message is number 24, Crow. I love this energy. It is about law, change, omens, being your truth. You're going to be able to address what is right and what is wrong. You're also going to see a gateway into the supernatural and the spirit world. So this is going to be a big time for you. And I totally believe that with that selenite and that spiritual awakening. It's going to be very, very powerful time for you. You're going to be able to see the light and the dark. You're going to be balancing that as well. So just really powerful energy that's happening for you during this time. For your tarot cards, we have the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the 2 of Swords in reverse. And then we have Death. And then we have the Knight of Cups. So with all of this energy that's happening and the spiritual awakening, I think that there's going to be a lot of you that have been working on this on your own. And I think you've really seen yourself kind of hermit back and be in that oneness. That you might be avoiding other people, that you might even not been like working well with other people, but you've been very much like a lone wolf energy. And I think the thing is that you are starting to see certain things in your life. And this is certain aspects. This is certain, even relationships. This can be employment. This can be even like living situations, just any sort of aspect. There's things that are becoming very clear to you and you know exactly what to do and you're going to end them. That's, you're done with dealing with some BS, essentially. And I think you're going to be really surprised by once you close that door to whatever aspect this applies to you for, how many other doors and how many other opportunities that are that much better that are going to be coming towards you. So don't be afraid of that change. And especially if it's something where you have kind of dabbled in the idea, really, it's time to really essentially, I don't want to do that metaphor. It's just time to like really go for it. You know, I wanted to say like pull the trigger, but not like that. But the thing is like you just need to get it done. You need to stop dwelling on it and you need to just go for it. Then you have clouds, shape shifting, and shaman, ancient healing wisdom. So you're really in this spiritual energy that's happening. And things are starting to heal for you. And you're starting to see things very clearly. That's why these decisions are like, you know what? This isn't working for me. And you just need to go with it. The thing is that especially with the clouds and the shape shifting, you need to be very clear on what you're wanting. Because the shape shifting energy is going to morph into different things. So for example, excuse me, if you are in, just say that you're in a relationship and it's not going great and you've been thinking about maybe we should break up, maybe we shouldn't. And then you kind of like have a discussion about it, not necessarily breaking up, but like seeing what, you know, what do we want to do to improve this? And you start to see things kind of being said where it's trying to change instead of like being honest and real and not shape shifting into, well, we'll just put a Band-Aid on this because I'm going to shape it into what you say that you want. So it's just be very weary of that shape-shifting energy. And I think that since you have this like crow energy and this big clarity that's happening, I don't think that you're going to be tricked or fooled by this shape-shifting energy. It's just something that you need to really be watching out for. And then you have Irene, which is peace. There's no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. So this is telling you that once these things end, if you're having doubts about it, you're going to have a lot of peace at the end of this. So just keep that in mind. And then you have number 24, Pisces, I believe. Now, Pisces is a very intuitive, and it's like one of the most psychic signs in the zodiac. It's very spiritual, and especially with the I believe, the thing is that you're going to start to see things that maybe not even there. You might be feeling energies that might not even be there. Things are going to start to click in a very strange way. And the thing is you just have to believe in them. And you have to believe into what the spirit world is trying to show you. So just say that you, like a symbol, like an owl, for instance. If an owl is a very powerful symbol for you and you start seeing owls everywhere, that's like your spirit guides or your guardian angels that are trying to talk to you and say, you are on the right path. And it's okay to talk to them too. You might seem a little crazy, but talk to them. And the thing is just get into that vibration of you believe it. And you, I think that you will be surprised on how much things will start to happen when you start to believe it. Now, I don't mean to blindly believe everything. Like, it's just, I was talking to my friends the other day where it's like you blame everything and it's a ghost, don't be on that end, use logic, but don't take the spiritual or the supernatural out of it either. All right. And then you have dawn, the light after darkness. So I feel like a lot of you are in that darkness, and once you end this aspect, you're going to see the light. You're going to have that peace, and you're going to like have this new abundance that's going to be coming to you. And then your last card is number 17, and that's the many hands of the goddess. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, and let me just get that out. The Kuan Yin brings blessings to multiple projects and many different parts of your life and consciousness, beloved. She is not limited to one task at a time. Don't be afraid to surrender into her guiding wisdom and creative genius now, for there is much that you can accomplish together, and she wants to assist you. So this is telling you that there's going to be a lot of changes, and I think you're going to start to see that when you close that door, how many opportunities are going to start to open up to you that you never saw before. And that's just that ending of it where I think with some of you, especially like relationship wise, it doesn't mean that you don't love them, but it just means that it doesn't work for you and it's not serving you in the sense of it's time for it to be over. And let them have their new chapter as well as you. All right, guys, that is it for number 3. Make sure you do like this video, hit subscribe. Also, comment below and tell me if it resonated with you. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me and these new moon in Taurus messages. If you want to book a reading with me, my website is witchofboise.com. I am also on Instagram all the time. I do a card of the day every single day in my Instagram stories. So go check me out. My handle is Witch of Boise. I am in every single platform that you can think of. I'm probably there. Just search Witch of Boise, all one word. All right, guys, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day, and I will hang out with you soon.